I'm Troy from Studio 33 Guitar. Thanks for watching. Today we're looking at how to play a solo like Eric Clapton with only 4 notes. I'm going to show you how to play the solo like I did in the beginning of this video, and also show you how you can play those same 4 notes in any key. And they will instantly make your soloing sound better. This solo is based on the solo that Eric Clapton played on the song Tore Down, which he recorded on his blues album From the Cradle in 1994. If you haven't heard that song, I encourage you to check it out. But if you have, you'll recognize that main theme that is occurring over and over again within his solo, and that's these 4 notes that we're going to talk about today. Now, I've created a backing track for this lesson, which you heard me playing along with at the beginning of this video. It's a lot of fun to play along with, and it's a great way to practice this. I'll put a link in the description below. You click on that, it'll take you right to the backing track right here on YouTube. Now, the original key of Tore Down is in the key of C. For this lesson, we're going to be playing in the key of A, because it's a little bit more of a common key for blues on guitar. But I'm going to show you the trick for easily finding these 4 notes in any key. So let's zoom in on the neck and have a look at how we can play this Eric Clapton style solo with just 4 notes. As I mentioned, we are in the key of A, so it's important for us to find our root note, which would be an A note. The note that we're going to use here is on the B string. So on the B string, the 12th fret is a B note. So it's really easy to find the A. We just back up 2 frets. And that's going to be our starting point for this. We're going to place our ring finger on that note, because the 4 notes that we're going to use are this little box that's right here. So we have this A note, and then just behind that, 2 frets down with this index finger is a G note. Then we're going to go to the next string up, and we have a C note and a D note. And those are the 4 notes that we're going to use for this solo. The main theme of this solo sounds like this. So that starts out with that A note. We're hitting that twice. And then we're going to our index finger on that C. We're giving that a little bend. Then we're going up to this D note, and we're going to play that D note 4 times. 3 times like this. On the 4th one, we're going to play it and give it a little bend. So far we have this. Then we're going back to the C and back to the A. So we have this. Then we're going to go play this G and A on here. So that's going to go like this. The second phrase starts out similarly, but the timing is just a little bit different. So we have the A twice, C, D, a little bend. C into that A again. So far the whole thing would be like this. Now we're going to go back down to the G again, back up to the A, and then to the C again. So that second half sounds like this. The next part is very similar to the first part. And then the last part so slowly that whole thing would be like this. That's basically the whole solo that I showed you at the beginning of the video, but I'm going to add in a couple of extra things here. And once you're comfortable playing this, you can add in a couple of more things to make it a little bit more interesting and a little bit more fun to play. Now, first of all, what's really important is to take that little box that we just made and be able to play that in different areas on the neck. So as I mentioned, we want to start with our ring finger on the root note, and that's a crucial part there. And once you can find another A note with your ring finger here, then you can play that same box shape. So for example, we could find another A right back here. So on the 7th fret of the D string, we have another A note. And so this box is identical to the one we were just using. So you could play that same thing an octave lower. It would sound like this. Now you could also do the same thing an octave lower down here. This is an A as well, so you put your ring finger on there, and you have your box right here. Another spot we could find an A would be at the 12th fret on the A string. So the different octaves and the different locations on the neck will give you a different sound. Now from that A right there, we can go an octave higher to this A. So if you find the G on the G string, go up 2 frets, and you have an A note. So now we can do that same box. Now the only thing here is that it changes the shape slightly, because when we go to the B string, we have to shift everything up 1 fret. So it's not an exact square box like we had on the other spots. Here, it's going to look like this. So it's a little bit of a different shape, but it's the same notes, and it's actually the same pitch as these notes down here as well. So it's not an octave difference between here and here, it's actually the same pitch. But it's a slightly different tone because you're using different size strings, and you're just in a different location. So whatever key that you're playing this in, you would just make sure that you start it with your ring finger on the root note. So as I mentioned earlier, the Eric Clapton version on his album is in the key of C. So then we would start this with a C note. Now again, our 12th fret on the B string is a B, so that means the very next note would be a C. So if you're going to play along with the Eric Clapton solo on the original recording, you would start it here. So it's a very useful little box. You'll see it a lot in different solos, especially in blues solos. But the most important part for you to remember is that your starting point will always be that ring finger note, and that will be your root note. In the solo for Tore Down, Eric Clapton plays these 4 notes in this area, and then he transitions and plays it up in this area like I was just showing you. And he does a cool little thing to get from one position into the next. I'll play along with the track so you can hear it in context. So for that part, you can see what I mean about how he does this cool little lick and then he ends up in this second box here that is like the first one, but just in this different position. So what he does there is he starts out that solo the same as usual. And then he immediately goes up to this note up here. That is the 15th fret on the high E string. And then he plays that like this. And he does this little run like this, which goes 15, 12, 15, 13. And that puts us right into that box like I was showing you. So again, that would be like this. So what I did was I transitioned back down to this box and I added in one more note. So that's this one right here. Just to get me in to that original position again. Now, the original solo from Eric Clapton does have a few more notes in it, but if you listen to the original, you can hear that this is really the main theme, and that's an important part about any solo, is trying to develop a theme that you can repeat. And it makes it really memorable, both for you as the player, but also for the listener. And the main takeaway from this lesson is to realize that you don't need a lot of notes to play a great solo. And the greatest players, like Eric Clapton, can say a lot with just a few notes. So don't forget to click on the link below to go directly to the backing track so that you can play along and practice these ideas. And please leave a comment down below and let me know if you like this format, the lesson plus the backing track. If you do, then I'll continue to make these in the future. But thanks for watching. Have fun with that backing track. We'll see you in the next one.